Oh yeah, Ouija.
Yeah, new video. Incarnon Furis. This weapon is fucking gross. Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, this gun is disgusting. It commits hate crimes. It's so just it's gross, right? And the other part about this build that's really cool is the Bosmu primer, which I'll get into after I'm going over the main weapon, right? But really first, I'll just show the builds on everything. Uh, Here we go. Pause. You can pause and check everything, right? I'll go over each thing individually. No, I'll just go over the Bosman and the what do you call it, the Furis, because that's the only thing that really matters, right? But this is all the normal stuff I usually run on most of my builds, right? There's that. Look at all that, cool, right? So first, going over the little incarnate thingamajigs, you have these two. Personally, I prefer Haven Foray because I don't know. I just feel like, what's the point of this? When you gonna hit enemies affected by electric? Obviously, if you are, I mean, put this on. But like, if you're not, just don't. Why would you ever use it, right? You know, simple enough. This one I use instant reload on the headshot because I mean, like, this doesn't really matter that much, because like, yeah, the I guess you if you want it to be more accurate, I guess, but you could also have the spread be wider with this. I'm not sure if you'll get more kills with the accuracy being lower because the spread's higher, so you'll hit more enemies. I think maybe I hope so. I don't know, maybe, but I choose the reload one personally. If you want, you can go with this one and then use Arcane Avenger, but that's kind of stupid in my opinion. I'd rather just have the guaranteed crit with the extra status chance, because I don't know. If you want, you could also go with Headcracker. Headcracker is that's pretty cool. Actually, I need to try this, but I haven't tried it yet. But Elemental Balance is good too because I like the heat dots. Right, they help more for disruption. If you're doing just against like normal enemies, I think Headcracker is probably gonna be better because you don't really need the status chance that much. Because once you get the 10 viral procs and you get the heat dots to strip some of their armor away, like you don't really if you don't like need the status to get the kill, the Headcracker gives you just more fire rate, so you'll just kill faster, right? But yeah, personally I use these ones, right? That's what I use. Use whatever you want. Use whatever you think works for you. Your build doesn't have to be the exact fucking thing that I make. You can change it. Crazy. You know what's crazy about Warframe? You can make the build however you want and tailor it to how you play the game. It's not like the build video. You have to copy it and play the game exactly how the person who makes the build video tells you how to play the game because they're a fucking an idiot, and you have to listen to everything they say because oh, I play Warframe all day. It's my job. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Just make the build tailored to how you want to play the game, right? You know what's crazy? When you're comfortable using something, it's almost like you're better at using it because you're actually comfortable, and you're using things that like play into how you play the game because like everyone plays the game differently. Not to go on a tangent, but yeah. This is the Riven. It's the Riven's fucking disgusting. I'll be honest. I was smoking meth when I came up with this build. This isn't. I made this build like right when I got the Incarnate Fears. I just never made a YouTube video on this. I'm not sure why, because I don't know what I was cooking up when I made this build. I wanted to make the laziest build possible, so I go, oh, let's just throw viral. Let's get a built-in viral Riven, and then I got multi-shot on the viral Riven, and now it's just like, oh well, um, all right, I guess we're using this gun now. So yeah. The rest of the build, Prime Heat Charge. If you don't know how heat dots work, a higher heat percent means higher heat dot. It gives you a damage multiplier on the heat dot. So you want as much heat percent as possible. So heat builds always work the best on pistols because they have prime heat to charge. Right, simple enough. So then you have obviously crit mods. Punch through. Punch through is really nice for any sort of single target weapon. Right, so any weapon that just doesn't have punch through and it can't hit multiple enemies, you're only shooting one enemy at a time. Like that's kind of dog shit, right? So if you can't roll this Riven, I would look for punch through because obviously you're probably not gonna be able to roll this Riven. Like, let's be real. Roll for punch through on a Riven because that will save you a Seeker mod slot, right? And then you can get extra crit chance or crit damage, right? You get better crits, or you can use that to get an extra mod slot, put more heat percentage on, or if you want heat on the Riven, get even higher heat percentage. There's a whole bunch of ways you can make the build tailored to how you want to play. If you want a better dot build, you would want heat on the Riven, so you can just get even more. You want probably heat, crit chance, right? Maybe crit damage, probably more crit chance than crit damage, but just so you can get over the what do you call it, the 100% crit chance, because that's going to give you obviously guaranteed crits, and your crit damage is the guaranteed multiplier on every shot. But enough about that. Yeah, the only downside of this gun is probably the range of it being kind of low, but that's really about it. Right, the gun is insanely strong. Yeah, all the normal mods. That's about it. Cascadia Flare. Um, Probably like one of the best fucking arcanes. Like this arcane is so good. It's basically just free damage all the time. Unlike Merciless, where you still have to get kills, this can ramp up. So the reason why I love this so much is because when you're playing Disruption, sometimes you get really fucked up spawns. Like they just give you the most fucked up, mean, dickhead spawn ever. He spawns in the corner of the map. He gets stuck on a wall. You're running at him. When you're using like Deadhead or Merciless or well, you wouldn't use, but if you're using anything like that, right? Your stacks right now, right? This always is gonna proc up, so you always have the 400% damage at all times. So this is really helpful. We're killing like a Demolus that gets in a really shitty spot. So really useful. I love this arcane for that, right? But enough about that. Let's go to the Bosmu. I'm a little sick. But yeah. The reason why I love this primer so much is because you can put Amalgam Serration on. That's like I can't play this game without Amalgam Serration. It's really good. But another thing about this gun is when you reload and you fully expend the mag, it does a stagger to enemies within like 15-ish meters, I think, or it might be 15 to 20 meters. I forget how high it is, but it's something like that, right? So you can get a stagger on reload. So if you for some reason you fully deplete your mag, you get a reload, not a reload. You get a stagger off the reload. When you shoot somebody, you'll jam every enemy, right? And then you have Shivering Contagion, right? So this will spread cold. So it slows down the jam animation. So just to show this into perspective, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna pause these enemies with no. Just watch this. But look at this. They're not able to do anything. Everything is stuck. This is a single target weapon. All right. This Shivering Contagion mod, I slept on this. I thought it would be kind of shitty. Like I'll be honest. Holy frame rate, by the way, because I have like 15 things open right now. So sorry about that about the frame drop. But this mod is incredibly like this build works really well. If you can, oh my god, if you can somehow get cold corrosive magnetic on a weapon, right? The reason why we stripped this, I have two corrosive shards, right? But if you can get this on a weapon, the cold procs give the extra crit damage, the corrosive obviously strips the armor, and the magnetic just jams all the enemy weapons, right? Also, if there's like an annoying like Guardian Eximus and like a corrupted mission, you could just throw this on them, right? And this would just give way more overguard and shield damage. So this is also really good for the Eximus, right? Because the magnetic gives the overguard damage, which is really nice. So you can like if you shoot anything with any enemy in the game, right? You'll fucking shred them because you just have every debuff possible, right? You have the mag, you have the corrosive, you have cold, you have viral, right? Like what other debuff do you need, right? These work so well together. You just shred any enemy. There's not an enemy that's going to be able to like eat your damage. It's just not possible, right? Literally just not possible. So I'll roll the gameplay. We can watch the gameplay. I'm not gonna watch the gameplay. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about nothing, right? But Incarnon weapons are fucking so broken. I don't understand why they have max ribbon dispo. Like, why do these guns that have juice stats, cool mechanics, also have just max rank ribbons? Like, it's a little, I don't know, a little too much, little bit too much. Because these weapons also have infinite ammo, and it's like when you start thinking of it like that, it's like, oh, this AOE weapon with juice stats, hitting red crits, infinite ammo, good fire rate, doesn't feel okay. The only thing about Incarnon weapons is that the reload and the change feels clunky. That is the only thing that I don't like about Incarnons is the reload. But if you run the higher reload or you run higher fire rate, it makes it feel like a lot like smoother. So usually you can fit those on the builds anyway, or if you don't want to get even higher damage, you could just say fuck that and just put even more damage on and just deal with the shitty reload. So it's whatever you want to do. Personally, I like dealing with the shitty reload because you can just get even more damage. It makes the guns just feel even stronger, right? But I don't know. I just feel like the Incarnons are a little overtuned, like all of them. I know they came out. They've been out for like 2 years, I think now, or like a year and a half. Dude, it's been a while they've been out for. But they're a little overtuned in my opinion. Because like when I try to use like other guns, it feels like I don't get the same dopamine hit I get when I'm using like the Incarnon. Because you get so used to the really high damage. Like when I'm using like a build that like before I thought would be like cool. Now it's like I'll use a build that like I think is like I have like a cool idea for it, and I'm using it. I'm like, this isn't like one shotting the entire level cap room. Like why would I use this build? Like I'm not instantly shredding the level cap Eximus. Why this build sucks? It's like, well, you probably shouldn't be able to do that first off, but like also the guns are so power crept like now, like it's, I don't know. It's just disgusting, to be honest. But I'll let the gameplay roll. I'll give another like 30, 45 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. But you see the gun is like, it absolutely shreds. Like it's not like I'm playing with my brain off. Like I'm just like relaxing, talking to my friends, and the gun, I'm not even like looking at enemies and they just die. Right? I only have to look at things and they fall over. It's so crazy. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. I died of violence at the end of this clip. Well, at the end of the round because I suck at the game and I thought I had my Mesmer skin up. So yeah, that was cool. And then I left because I'm a bitch and I didn't want to die, even though it was only my first death. But enough about that. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Coda Synapse build video. Probably like 2 3 days, maybe 2 days, depending on how I feel. So yeah, there's that. Cool. Thanks for watching. Bye. Mwah.